What if the next 72 hours could quietly change everything in your life? What if a door you thought was permanently closed is about to open with unmistakable favor? If you've been praying, waiting, feeling that something is about to shift, but you don't know what or when, this message is for you. Have you noticed the delays, the silence, the moments where it felt like nothing was happening, yet deep inside you sensed this season wasn't over? Many people miss their blessing because they stop paying attention right before it arrives. In the next 72 hours, a divine movement may align circumstances, people, and opportunities in ways you couldn't plan or predict. The question is not if God can do it, but are you prepared to recognize it when it happens? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will understand why this time frame matters, why you were led here today, and how the favor of God begins working before the blessing is visible. What if the uncertainty you're feeling is actually a signal that something greater is approaching? What if the confusion, the waiting, and the unanswered questions are part of the setup, not the setback? This message is designed to awaken your awareness so you don't overlook what is already moving toward you. Do not click away, because what you are about to hear may explain why the next 72 hours are critical and how a single moment of favor can change your direction, restore your hope, and confirm that you were never forgotten. Before we go any further, take a moment to show your faith and expectation. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with me until the end, because this message was not placed in your path by accident. What you do next may be the signal that you are ready to receive what is already moving toward you. There are moments in life when everything feels suspended, as if time itself is holding its breath. And you may be in one of those moments right now. Nothing seems to move forward, answers feel delayed, and the silence feels heavier than the noise ever did. Yet this is often the exact point where divine favor begins to operate quietly. In the next 72 hours, what appears still on the surface may already be shifting underneath, because blessings rarely arrive the way people expect. Many believe favor comes with noise, signs, and instant clarity, but in reality, it often begins invisibly, rearranging outcomes before you ever see the result. That is why awareness matters so much right now. If you are watching this, it is not random, and it is not coincidence. Something within you sensed that this message was necessary now, not later. The waiting you have endured was not wasted time. It was preparation. Think about the nights you almost gave up, the moments you questioned if anything would ever change. Those moments were not ignored. They were shaping your readiness. And here is what most people never realize. Blessings often arrive when faith is quiet, not loud. They show up when hope feels tired but is still alive. This is why staying with this message matters, because clarity rarely comes all at once. It unfolds gradually, just like the blessing itself. Right now, uncertainty may feel uncomfortable, and that discomfort is natural. The human mind craves explanations, timelines, and guarantees, but divine favor does not operate on impatience. It moves on alignment. You may not know what form this blessing will take, and that not knowing can feel unsettling, but sometimes not knowing is the protection. If you knew too early, fear, doubt, or overthinking could interfere with what is being arranged. This is why many blessings remain hidden until the last possible moment. In the next 72 hours, you may notice subtle changes rather than dramatic ones. A conversation may feel different. A thought may arrive unexpectedly. An opportunity may appear small or ordinary at first. Do not dismiss these moments. Favor rarely announces itself. It reveals itself quietly and often only to those who are paying attention. Ask yourself how many times you have looked back and realized that the true turning point did not look impressive when it happened. It felt normal, even confusing, yet everything changed afterward. That is how divine timing works. It blends into everyday life until suddenly nothing is the same. As you listen, notice what resonates deeply, not just what sounds good. Resonance is recognition. It is your inner awareness identifying truth before logic catches up. One of the greatest misunderstandings about blessings is believing they always feel good at first. In reality, many blessings arrive disguised as pressure, decisions, or even endings. You may feel tension right now, a sense that something must change, even if you cannot yet explain what it is. That feeling is not anxiety, it is transition. Favor does not always add things to your life. Sometimes it removes what no longer belongs, so there is room for what does. Over the next 72 hours, you may feel prompted to release a habit, a mindset, or an expectation you have held onto for too long. This is not loss, it is alignment. When God prepares to move, clarity often comes after obedience, not before it. This is why readiness matters more than certainty. Many people miss their moment because they wait until everything makes sense. But alignment rarely begins with full understanding. It begins with willingness. As this message continues, you may notice your own experiences echoing these words, and that echo is intentional. It is meant to keep you aware, not fearful. The blessing approaching you will not require perfection. It requires recognition. Think about how often you have asked yourself why it has taken so long, what you might be doing wrong, or whether you missed your chance entirely. These questions are common, but they can quietly limit you. Favor does not respond to self-blame. It responds to positioning. The fact that you are still here, still listening, still open, already tells a deeper story. You did not miss your moment. You were being preserved for it. Preservation often looks like delay, but delay is not denial. In the next 72 hours, this understanding may begin to settle in a way that feels calm rather than emotional. You may realize that some outcomes you once wanted would have cost you more than they gave. What is coming is not just a blessing, but a better fit for who you are now. Stay present with this message, because each layer is adjusting how you see what is ahead. When the blessing arrives, you will not need convincing. You will recognize it, not because it is dramatic, but because it feels right. Faith is often misunderstood as constant confidence, but true faith is endurance. It is the ability to stay open when nothing around you confirms your hope. That endurance has not gone unnoticed. Many blessings are released quietly to those who have learned how to wait without closing their hearts. Over the next 72 hours, you may notice a shift in how you respond internally before anything changes externally. That internal shift is important. It signals readiness. Favor often accelerates once resistance fades, and resistance does not always look like disbelief. Sometimes it looks like exhaustion. If you have felt tired lately, emotionally or mentally, that does not disqualify you. It often means you are closer than you think. Stay with this message, because what comes next will help you understand why this season, this timing, and this moment are connected, and why the blessing moving toward you is not late, not random, and not accidental. What many people don't realize is that blessings often begin working long before they arrive. While you were waiting, thinking nothing was happening, alignment was taking place behind the scenes. People were being moved, situations were being delayed or redirected, and outcomes were being reshaped in ways you could not see. This is why looking back will one day feel surprising. You will realize that what felt like silence was actually protection. What felt like stagnation was adjustment. In the next 72 hours, you may start noticing signs that things are no longer resisting you the way they once did. Resistance softens before favor becomes visible. Pay attention to that. A sense of ease, even a small one, can be a signal that something is unlocking. This is not the moment to rush or force anything. It is the moment to stay centered. When favor begins to move, those who stay calm recognize it faster than those who panic. Ask yourself this quietly. What if the waiting was shaping your discernment, not testing your patience? You may also notice that your perspective begins to shift. Things that once felt urgent may suddenly feel less heavy. Conversations that drained you may start to lose their emotional charge. This is not indifference, it is clarity. Favor often brings emotional alignment before physical results. When your inner world stabilizes, your outer world follows. Over the next 72 hours, do not be surprised if you feel a sense of knowing without having details. That inner knowing is not imagination, it is alignment. Many people ignore it because it does not come with proof. But proof often follows belief, not the other way around. This is why staying present matters. If you rush ahead mentally, you may miss what is unfolding quietly in real time. Stay grounded. Stay aware. The blessing will meet you where you are, not where you are rushing to be. Another important truth is this: blessings do not always arrive in the form you prayed for, but they arrive in the form you need. This is where many people become confused. They are waiting for one outcome, while favor is preparing another that serves them better. In the next 72 hours, something may not look like an answer at first. It may look like a redirection, a pause, or a subtle shift in direction. Do not dismiss it. Favor often works through redirection because protection and provision are closely connected. If something is delayed, it may be because something better is aligning. If something closes, it may be because it would have limited you. This is why trust matters now more than ever. Not blind trust, but grounded trust, the kind that comes from recognizing patterns in your own life. How many times did something not work out, only for you to later realize it spared you from something worse? As this message continues, notice how your attention keeps returning. That return is intentional. It is part of the looping awareness that keeps you receptive. Every time you think you understand, another layer opens. That is how preparation works. You are not being overwhelmed, you are being aligned. Over the next 72 hours, stay mindful of repetition. Repeated thoughts, repeated names, repeated ideas. Repetition is often a signal. Favor uses patterns before outcomes. If something keeps appearing in subtle ways, do not ignore it. Sit with it. Ask what it is pointing toward. Answers do not always come as words. Sometimes they come as clarity, peace, or a sudden sense of direction. And when that happens, you will realize that this moment right now was part of the process. You may have wondered why this message found you at this exact time. The answer is simple but powerful. Timing recognizes readiness. You are not here by accident. You are here because something in you was prepared to hear this now. Over the next 72 hours, that readiness will be tested gently, not harshly. You may be invited to respond differently than you usually do, to pause instead of react, to trust instead of control. Those small choices matter more than you think. Favor responds to alignment, not effort. Effort exhausts. Alignment flows. Stay with this awareness, because what is approaching you does not require you to chase it. It requires you to recognize it. And recognition comes to those who remain present until the very end. There is something important you need to understand right now, and it may change how you see the next 72 hours completely. Favor does not arrive to interrupt your life. It arrives to integrate into it. That is why many people overlook it at first. They are expecting something dramatic, obvious, or overwhelming. But what actually shows up is subtle, almost ordinary. And that is intentional. If the blessing arrived loudly, it could create fear or pressure. Instead, it often arrives calmly, fitting into your reality in a way that feels natural once it happens. This is why awareness is more powerful than anticipation. Over the next 72 hours, your job is not to search anxiously for signs, but to remain open and present. When you are present, you notice what others miss, and those small details are often where favor hides before it reveals itself fully. You may also notice that old doubts begin to surface during this time. Thoughts like, what if nothing happens? Or, I've felt this before and was disappointed. These thoughts are not signs of failure. They are signs that something meaningful is close. Resistance often rises just before release. The mind tries to protect itself from disappointment, especially if you've waited a long time. But here is the key. Past delays do not disqualify future favor. What did not happen before was not meant to happen then. Timing matters more than desire. Over the next 72 hours, remind yourself that this moment is not competing with the past. It is independent of it. What is aligning now is responding to who you are now, not who you were then. That distinction is powerful, and once you see it, fear begins to lose its grip. Another layer of this blessing is understanding that favor often arrives through people. Not always new people, but sometimes familiar ones showing up differently. A conversation may take an unexpected turn. Someone may say something that stays with you longer than you expect. Do not rush through these interactions. Listen carefully. Favor often speaks through timing and words that feel simple but carry weight. Over the next 72 hours, be mindful of what resonates emotionally. Emotional resonance is often the bridge between the unseen and the visible. When something touches you deeply without explanation, pay attention. That response is not random. It is recognition happening in real time. As you continue listening, notice how this message keeps circling back to awareness, timing, and readiness. This is not repetition without purpose. It is reinforcement. The more something repeats, the deeper it settles. And when the blessing arrives, it will not feel foreign. It will feel familiar, as if part of you already knew it was coming. That familiarity is the result of preparation. Over the next 72 hours, you may feel moments of calm confidence without knowing why. Let them be. Do not analyze them away. Calm is often the atmosphere favor creates before it manifests. Chaos is loud. Alignment is quiet. You might also notice that certain worries begin to lose intensity. Problems that once consumed your thoughts may start to feel smaller or more manageable. This does not mean they are solved yet. It means your perspective is shifting. Favor often adjusts perspective before circumstance. When you can see clearly, you can move wisely, and wisdom attracts outcomes that force never could. Over the next 72 hours, choose clarity over urgency. Urgency creates pressure. Clarity creates movement. Even slow movement guided by clarity is more powerful than rushed action guided by fear. Stay with this message until the end, because the final understanding is this: blessings do not chase people, they meet them. They meet them in moments of stillness, awareness, and readiness. What is approaching you is not something you need to earn or prove yourself worthy of. It is responding to alignment that has already taken place. The next 72 hours are not about effort. They are about recognition. And when recognition happens, everything that once felt delayed begins to make sense. As you move toward the final understanding of this message, it is important to recognize that the greatest blessings often arrive when you stop measuring time emotionally. Emotional time stretches moments into burdens, making days feel heavy and seasons feel endless. Divine timing, however, is precise, not emotional. It does not rush, and it does not delay without purpose. Over the next 72 hours, you may realize that what felt like waiting was actually timing aligning with accuracy. Accuracy matters because a blessing received too early can become pressure, and a blessing received too late can become regret. What is approaching you is arriving at the moment where it can be sustained, appreciated, and protected. That is why you were shaped through patience, discernment, and endurance. Nothing about this process was accidental. Even the moments where you felt unsure were part of strengthening your awareness. Awareness is what allows you to receive without fear. When fear is removed, clarity settles in. And when clarity settles in, decisions become lighter. Over the next 72 hours, you may notice yourself responding instead of reacting, choosing instead of panicking, trusting instead of forcing. Those internal shifts are not small. They are indicators that alignment has taken place. And alignment is always the doorway through which favor enters. Another truth that completes this message is understanding that blessings are not isolated events. They are turning points. A turning point does not always look like a miracle in the moment. Often, it looks like relief, direction, or peace returning quietly. But once you pass a turning point, life no longer moves the same way it did before. Over the next 72 hours, something may settle within you that makes it impossible to return to old patterns of thinking. You may notice that certain fears no longer hold authority. Certain expectations no longer control you. That internal freedom is part of the blessing. Favor does not only change circumstances, it changes positioning. When your position changes, what you attract changes. What responds to you changes. And what once felt out of reach begins to feel accessible. This is why staying present until the end matters. This message was not meant to excite you temporarily. It was meant to stabilize you permanently. Stability is what allows blessings to last. Over the next 72 hours, remain grounded, attentive, and open. Not tense, not impatient, just present. Because what is coming toward you does not need you to strive. It needs you to recognize it when it arrives. Finally, understand this with certainty. Nothing that is meant for you will require confusion to enter your life. Confusion fades when favor arrives. Doubt softens, pressure eases, and direction becomes clear enough to take the next step, even if the entire path is not visible yet. Over the next 72 hours, trust what brings peace, not what creates urgency. Favor carries peace with it, even when it brings change. And when this blessing manifests, you will look back and realize that this moment, this message, and this awareness were part of the alignment that made it possible. Stay open, stay aware, stay present. What is approaching you is not delayed, not denied, and not uncertain. It is aligned and it is closer than you think. If this message resonated with you, don't leave without taking a moment to seal this alignment. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this confirmation today. Stay connected, because the next message may arrive exactly when you need it most.